Good morning. The topic of my lecture today is participant observation. Actually, today I am going to produce the summary of participant observation, including in it the meaning of observation, characteristics of observation, significance of observation, merits and demerits of observation. But all these things will be explained in context with participant observation. By now, we have learned that participant observation is a specific type of observation in which the participation of the observer, participant of the study maker, participant of the scientist must be ensured. Simply speaking, when a study maker, when a researcher, when a social scientist observes the social phenomena, observes any problem by being present physically, personally in the study area, and by participating in the activities of the members of the group in consideration in order to understand the problem, such a type of participation, such a type of observation is called participant observation. It's a scientific method of study, and it allows the researcher, it allows the study maker to observe the group activities, to participate in the group activities, and in this way to understand, in this way to develop an understanding about the problem that he's going to study. So participant observation is a very important type of observation. Participant observation method is the type of observation method when a sociologist actually becomes a part of the group. He is studying in order to collect data and understand a social phenomena or problem. Simply speaking, he remains present in the study area among the group members, and in this way he gets involved in the activities of the group for the sake of understanding, for the sake of studying the problem or social phenomena. As we know, during participation or participant observation, the researcher works to play two separate roles at the same time. First, it's subjective participant. First, he is subjective participant, and secondly, he is objective participant or objective observer. So he has two major roles to play when he adopts the participant observation method for the study. First, he is a subjective participant. Participant observation requires the researcher to be a subjective participant in the sense that they use knowledge gained through personal involvement. Actually, he personally gets involved in the group activities, and he participates in the group activities. So personal involvement of the researcher is there with the research subject to interact with and gain further access to the group. So just by getting himself involved in the group, in the activities of the group members, he makes an access to the group, and in this way he attempts successfully to understand the problem. Participant observation research also requires the researcher to aim to be an objective observer. He remains objective observer. Actually, even when he is in the group, even when he is with the group members, even when he is participating in the group activities, his concern is to observe the things objectively. So in this way, he remains an objective observer and he plays this role. and record everything that he or she has been seen, not letting feelings and emotions influence their observations and findings. To conduct participant observation, the researcher often lives within the group. He becomes a part of it and lives as a group member for an extended period of time. It may be 1 month, it may be 2 months, it may be more than 6 months, it may be more than 1 or 2 years. So it depends on uh, how much time he devotes to the observation, and in this way, he allows himself access to the intimate details and goings on of the group and their community. As far as the goal or objective of participant observation is concerned, the chief objective or goal of participant observation is to gain a deep understanding and familiarity with the subculture of a greater society or of a certain group of individuals, which may be a religious group, occupational group, or some specific or particular community group. And in this way, he develops an understanding of the values, beliefs, and ways of life of the group he is studying or he is observing. There are several anthropologists and sociologists whose names are associated with participant observation, and they are remembered as the pioneers of participant observation. Participant observation method was pioneered by anthropologists Bronislaw Malinowski and Franz Boas, but it was adopted as a primary research method by many sociologists as well, who were affiliated with the Chicago School of Sociology in the early 20th century. Today, the status of participant observation as a research method is quite admirable, quite appreciable, because participant observation or ethnography is a primary research method practiced by qualitative sociologists around the world. Not only in India, but in the other countries of the world as well. Participant observation is adopted for the study of the social phenomena. It has several merits and several demerits. I am going to make you familiar with some of them. The strengths of participant observation include the depth of knowledge, which allows the researcher to obtain, and the perspective of knowledge of social problems and phenomena generated from the level of everyday lives of those experiencing them. So this is the first goal that, or say it is the chief strength, or say major strength of participant observation, that through it the researcher allows himself to enjoy the depth of knowledge of the problem he is studying. Participant observation method has been the source of some of the most striking and valuable studies in sociology. So, not only in anthropology but in sociology and the other social sciences, through participant observation is adopted for the study, for the understanding of the problem. However, it cannot be denied that participant observation did not have any demerit. It also had certain demerits. Some drawbacks or weaknesses or demerits of participant observation method are that it is very time consuming. It may take 1 month, it may take 1 year, it may take 10 years to study the problem if the study maker makes participant observation. So it is time consuming. with researchers spending months or years living in the place of study. Actually, the researchers have to study, have to stay in the study area. They have to interact informally with the units of information. They have to develop a rapport, informal rapport, with the units of information. And obviously, in doing all this, it takes time on the part of the researcher. Then participant observation can yield a vast amount of data that might be overwhelming to comb through and analyze. So, simply speaking, it is a good research method. It has merits, it has demerits, and its significance in anthropological studies and in sociological studies and in the studies relating to other social sciences cannot be ignored. It's such a great method. Thank you.